listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's Anger Management After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Anger Management After Show.
Oh. I never realized how much like a jungle that sounded.
Lion King.
Hey everybody, Bing is for doing, and we are here doing another AfterBuzz TV After Show for Anger Management. This is Season 1, Episode 5. Charlie tries to prove that therapy is legit. I am your host, Anna Koppel. Here with me are my lovely co-hosts.
Hello, I'm Kaissi. Welcome.
Hey everybody, I'm Derrial, Christon.
Welcome. So, special guest tonight.
Yes.
I knew that she was going to be on the show. I didn't know that she was going to be on tonight's episode. So when the door opened, I was like, this is going to be a good episode.
And I thought that she was just going to have like a cameo. I didn't realize that she was going to be throughout the entire episode. And it kind of looks like she might be coming back.
It seemed that way. It seemed like there was an open window for that.
I'm not sure, but I think she does. I heard rumors that she does.
You know a guy? You heard a thing?
I know a guy.
Well, I have to say, she looked pretty hot.
She looked amazing. She looked fantastic.
She's a good-looking woman.
How many kids does she have?
I think 2?
Yeah, she has 2. Well, I know that she has 2 with Charlie.
Yeah.
And I don't know if she has any more.
I don't think she has any more after that.
Whatever.
So.
She looks good.
She looks damn good.
She looks good.
You know what I loved, actually, and they did this at the beginning of Season 1 as well with Charlie, but I love that they actually address everything in the writing. It's a very much like life imitates art with, my ex-husband is crazy, and he just kept going.
Yeah. And he's like, enough, we get it.
Yeah.
She kept going on and on and on and on about it. Almost like it made me feel like I was seeing exactly what goes on in their relationship. I mean, I know there's been some drama in the press about they have tension sometimes, but it seems like they have a good foundation for each other overall. Like they enjoyed each other's company and probably had a lot of fun.
Well, I think that it would actually be really therapeutic as well to be able to get on screen and just kind of like call a spade and say what was going on in front of, and just be able to laugh about it. That is very healthy, very therapeutic, if you will.
Yeah. Therapeutic. I like it. Now, there have been rumors that they were not getting along. There was a lot of tension on set. Mm-hmm. They seem to have a lot of chemistry on film, though.
Yeah, they do.
So on film, on screen. What am I? The cinema. Anyway, so it didn't come across. If there was any tension, the audience certainly didn't feel it. I thought they had great chemistry and.
Yeah, I agree. In fact, we did touch base on it a little bit last episode with. We talked about how if there is tension, I feel like it goes through and you can see it. And I feel like the show is getting funnier. And I feel like if there was a little bit of tension, which I don't necessarily agree that there was based on what we saw tonight, I feel like it's really, really going well. I think the show is getting better each episode.
I totally agree.
I agree. I mean, I really enjoyed tonight. I thought it was pretty hilarious. And once again, I thought Denise was hot, but I also did feel like I got an insight on what Denise and Charlie's relationship in real life might be like.
Mm-hmm. Right. So Denise, as a character, didn't believe in therapy and sort of suggested that, therapy was like being a magician.
Right.
Which I thought was funny.
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts about that?
Well,
several.
Would you like to start?
Well, I thought the whole thing was funny in regards to how she didn't believe in, she didn't believe in the therapy portion, but she did believe in ghosts. She believed in astrology. So she never really explained why she didn't believe in therapy, though, did she?
Well, she was kind of proving a point, I think, when they were in the group. She's like, well, do you ever get mad?
Right.
And the guest star, Jay Johnson, who was playing Rodney, I was like, who is that guy during while we were watching? Like, look it up. So she did. Anyway, so he went kind of crazy. He was supposed to be Charlie's golden child, shining example, patient, but was not that, it turned out. So I think her point was that you're just, and she said, you're stealing money from these people.
Right, she did say that.
Yeah, and then yet again, Charlie, I feel like that's a theme of all of the episodes, is that Charlie has a plan and yet it backfires. You know, he's like, I'm going to prove to you. And he goes, wah, wah, wah.
Yeah. And even his character still, to me, it reminds me of 2.5 Men. I mean, just even the way it was set up with Denise, or Lori was her name in the character?
It was yeah.
Lori.
Her name was Lori.
Just the way it was set up, like at the bar, you know, just some of the things that they were doing, it just reminded me still of 2.5 Men, his character, you know.
Yeah, well, it is the exact same character. Yeah. I really feel like everything about it is exactly the same.
I disagree, but I mean, there's definitely, Charlie Sheen is in those characters a lot.
Yeah.
But I mean, there are differences. We don't have to go into a whole thing, but I don't agree that they're the same thing. But if you would like to compare and contrast, you might want to go on Amazon, download some seasons of 2.5 Men, and if you'd like to go onto Amazon, you can go onto AfterBuzzTV.com, click on the Amazon link, shop away. We get a little bit of a kickback, and everybody's happy. So keeps the lights on.
We like lights.
We love lights.
Even when they're hot, we like them.
I feel like the lighting is really good in here. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Yes.
Good to know.
Anyway,
agreed.
Anyway,
well, especially when they're on, they're really good.
They're really good when they're on, you guys. So please help us out.
Please.
So let's talk about Kate and Charlie.
You know, I've talked a lot about how I really dislike Selma Blair's character. I think that she is like, you know, void of morals, but this episode I could actually tolerate her, and I thought that I should say that, because, you know, other episodes I found it hard to stomach her.
Okay, well, I'm still on the I hate Kate train.
Wow, two of you.
Yeah.
Oh, you should have been here last week. They ganged up on me.
I heard.
So
I listened to the show.
Now I'm getting the reverse here, I guess.
Well, you kind of have Joe on your side.
Yeah, I can always see both sides, but, you know.
Well, wait, now you were saying, why do you not like Kate?
I don't like her. First of all, I don't think that she's believable as a therapist, because to be a therapist, you have to have some level of compassion. She's too angry. She's too nasty. She doesn't care about the daughter. I know I keep going back to that point, but it's a serious point to me. And she's just not believable to me as a therapist. So that's like a major flaw in the character story.
Right.
Tonight, you know, we didn't see a lot of her, but, you know, she's vengeful. Oh, because I was just going to get you horny and kick you out of bed. Like, you know, what a bitch. Who does that? I guess a lot of women, but...
I'll stay out of that topic really quick.
But I did appreciate their banter. I felt like the scene in the kitchen with Kate and Charlie, when she's like, okay, so I'll see you Thursday then? And he's like, oh, no. And she's like, okay, so Friday morning?
Right.
And then they went on. Like, I actually really like the tempo, and maybe that's what I'm seeing and appreciating, but I did like their exchanges more.
Yeah.
She's definitely jealous, though.
Oh.
See, that's what I was trying to figure out. Was she jealous? Because it...
Totally.
It's like she doesn't think, and this is another thing where I will piggyback onto what you were saying, Anna, is that a therapist, I believe, can think that people can change and grow. I feel like if Charlie changes, it affects their, you know, so she doesn't want him to change, which is really not something that a therapist would do if she, you know.
Right.
And so, and it's very, very selfish of her.
Right.
But
she's not a good therapist. She's not believable as a therapist.
And it's true, but I do find that it is essential to kind of balance out everything else. You kind of need that like villain vixen, which is what she is. And Lauren last week said something that was poignant. She goes, if this character was a man, would you be thinking the same thing? And it changed the way I thought about it. And I was like, maybe I'm just, you know.
Yeah, and I was on the side you just said. I think that they need someone like her character to be the dark side, because Charlie, for this show, is not the crazy, as crazy of a type of a guy. They need someone to kind of balance off that character that Charlie's playing on the show. And I think Selma brings that, because we kind of haven't figured her out quite yet as far as, her therapy style. We haven't figured out who she is as a person. I mean, I can see there's certain things that she's doing that you guys are mentioning, but we still haven't seen fully what Kate is going to, really bring to the show.
But she does have a general unlikability.
She has a general
Maybe is it a woman thing? I think that she's kind of like, sexy and she's mysterious a little bit.
Well, I mean, this is definitely becoming like a sexual thing because.
What? No, never that.
No,
not this team right here. No.
Because there's nothing likable about her as a human being.
Hey.
Except maybe for sex.
If it becomes like a fetish thing, like. Whatever, we can leave it there.
I did think it was really funny how she basically gave him a timeline of when this whole thing was going to be over with him and the Denise Richardson's character. Richards character. And he went all the way to Saturday.
If anybody out there has any thoughts, they can always rate and comment about it.
They can on iTunes. Something just happened in my
rate and comment. It just makes us more visible, and it just it's great to get your feedback too. We do this for you.
There's also an awesome podcast app that's come out recently on iTunes, and it just keeps your podcast organized, and it makes it easier for you to rate and comment us, which we love. So it's a really cool app.
And we do read all the ratings and comments, so seriously, you guys,
like crazy people,
let us know because we love to hear what we need to adjust or what you love in the show.
And tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
Tell 2.
Tell 20.
Do an email blast.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, I'm giggly today.
It's
guys.
It's a giggly Thursday, and I haven't been drinking. I don't know about you, but.
I haven't been drinking either.
I've been drinking Sprite.
I haven't been drinking in like 15 and a half months, so I don't think it's that.
I will say, piggybacking on the laughter, I laughed more in this episode than I did last episode. I feel like I'm laughing more.
Yeah.
Yeah. The jokes are better.
They're really funny.
I do want to bring this up. I feel like they have a lot of racist jokes, and they're just kind of getting away with it. They're just like saying, well, like, Ed's a racist, so it's okay. But, like, it's really kind of not okay.
Hold on. Refresh my memory if you...
Well, in this episode, I didn't quite catch it, but it was something about, he asked Patrick what he was, and he was like, oh, I'm half Jewish, half French. And he's like, yeah, I'm working on it.
Oh, yeah, he's working on a joke for that one. Yeah.
And then there were, like... there was like a lot of Asian jokes last week. And like
he's kind of covered several different grounds, that Ed character. So I'm sure they're going to have something else for him down the line. He's going to be that, Archie Bunker type character almost.
Well, let me ask a question. Is it if it's lighthearted, is it still racist if it's funny? Well,
that's a totally different debate right there. But no,
is it racist if it's funny?
You know what? On this show, if there's things that are said, I probably wouldn't take them as personal because of the context of the show.
Or almost the intention behind it.
Right.
As well.
I know it's supposed to be this funny plug, so I wouldn't probably take too seriously any of the jokes on the show, personally.
No.
You may not feel the same, and I feel like you don't feel the same.
No, I don't. I'm one that I can kind of just like, I don't mind, people make fun of Middle Easterns. I'm Middle Eastern myself, but I don't mind that. I think that if it's funny and at some points it's just kind of mean, and you can tell like when it's a dig, but they're trying to be funny with it. But I think if it's lighthearted, I think it would be fine.
Yeah,
that's just my take.
I don't know where I stand with it yet, but I definitely have noticed it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, if it helps, they're making fun of several different groups, not just one.
Oh.
So if that helps at all.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's helping the writers feel better. So
we're good to go.
We're good to go.
We're good. So I really enjoyed the relationship between Charlie and Patrick.
Yeah.
Again, Charlie is the
really
half
sweet.
Jew, half French, all gay.
Yeah.
With apparently the ghost mom that's not the ghost mom.
The ghost mom. I thought that was really sweet.
It was very touching.
Yeah, and it seems to be that they're building a lot on Patrick's character. In the last several weeks, he's been a lot of the focus of, portion of the storyline, I should say. Mm-hmm. So tonight we got to see a little bit more that he was thinking that, his mom was haunting him, but we came to find out that it was because of his mom picking all of his relationships, and it really was just his boyfriend had recently moved in, correct?
Yeah. Right.
And it seemed that he just was creating all of this sort of illusions in his head because of him being afraid of making this decision on his own without his mother, correct? So, I like his character. He's funny. And I like the part at the end when he said that Charlie was the best therapist, or
he said, "You're a good therapist."
You're a good therapist.
That was really sweet.
That was a really great moment. I love that. And I love the fact that Charlie went over to his house.
It's like, that's what I
And
do.
it wasn't even a question. Like, Selma Blair's character was like, what are you doing? And it's like,
she's
it's just
the worst.
Yeah, because she's unlikable.
Right.
I like
Selma. But yeah, he went. It just wasn't a. This is. I'm here for my patient 100%. You know, that was a great. It really opens up Charlie's like humanity, in his character.
Right.
And we're continuing to see, as we kind of been saying the last couple of weeks, we're seeing a different side of Charlie. We're not seeing just a party animal Charlie. We're seeing his side of like how he might be as a father, how he might be as a husband. It's kind of cool to see him in this light versus just being the crazy Charlie Charlie guy. We're seeing something totally different.
See, not the same Charlie Harper. I'm telling you.
All right.
This is a new
Look
Charlie.
at that. You just proved Anna's
No,
point
but
right
what
there.
I'm saying, no, but he's still got the 3 women thing, because technically that's what I was thinking about tonight, is that he has Denise's character who appeared tonight. He has his ex-wife. There's still that love tension between those two, or whatever, some type of sexual tension between the two, even though it's a good relationship. And Kate. So that's the womanizer that was the same type of character that was in 2.5 Men.
But Charlie Harper would have had all 3 in one
in the
time.
bed at the same time.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. 100%. I'll give you that.
So I have a quick question. At the beginning of the episode with Charlie and his ex-wife, how long have they been divorced? Have they touched on that yet? Because they either have to have, like, she has to be really, really secure, but for him to ask his ex-wife to set him up with another woman and for her to be totally okay with it, either they've been divorced, like I know that they've been high school sweethearts, they touched on that.
They did.
But do we know how long they've been divorced?
My gut is to say 10 years. I don't know if that's because they said it or if I'm just, 10 years. But that's my gut reaction. There are just things about this show, though, that are kind of not viable. Like the fact that there's an anger management therapy session in his living room. Like, usually anger management is court ordered. You don't want these people in your home.
Or knowing where you live.
Right.
No, that's true.
Right. So there are just certain things that you're going to buy about this show, and that's going to be one of them.
But even if it is a fairy tale, and even if it is, unrealistic, I think the fact that I wish more divorced people could live like that. It's healthy for the children. It's great.
Yeah.
I like it.
I love it.
All my future ex-wives, I would like you to have the same relationship with me as they do. No, I'm kidding.
Listen to this one.
I'm joking.
I think on that note, we're going to take a quick commercial break.
Oh, gosh. I get to go before the...
Way to clear a room.
Way to clear a room.
Hey there, good buddies. The handle's Woolly Bear. I'm a truck driving man, but I'm not that old school kind of truck driving man, no. I like to listen to podcasts while I'm driving through these great United States of ours. And my favorite podcasts in the world are from AfterBuzz TV. And why? Because AfterBuzz TV is like a post-game wrap-up show for all your favorite TV shows, like Jersey Shore, Dancing with the Stars, Mad Men, and a whole truckload more. I like listening to my Gossip Girl podcast, catching up with all my fellow fans and getting all the latest news and gossip. No, I got some strong opinions. And AfterBuzz TV lets me share those opinions with thousands of other listeners. Woo-wee, what a feeling. I used to doze off on those lonely stretches of road. And don't worry, I got the cruise control. But now I'm wide awake and listening to all the AfterBuzz TV goodness. Check them out. Give them a holler. And tell them the old Woolly Bear sent you.
Welcome back. We are here buzzing away about anger management. And I think we're going to get right into some news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
So, FX show Anger Management takes another sharp ratings drop. I think the question here is, when is it going to level off? Week 1 came in at 5.7 million. Week 2 was 3.4, and week 3 was 2.4. Now, while the ratings at 2.4 million for a cable comedy series are still really, really good, I think we're just wondering kind of when it's going to find its niche. I think with Denise Richards on, we'll see a lot more viewers. However, with the time slot, this time slot last year, Anger Management is actually up 77% compared to what was in its slot last year.
Wow.
Which I think
Do we know what was in that slot?
I was looking and I couldn't find. I'll have it. I don't know. So I'm sure that you've heard, unless you've been living under a rock, that Charlie Sheen has quit Twitter. He mentioned this last Friday.
Yeah.
And his last tweet was "Reach for the stars, everybody." The last Monday he was on Jay Leno and he did an interview, and Jay Leno actually asked him about why he quit Twitter, and he kind of was a little bit dismissive about it. And then his response immediately after that was he has 30 days to reinstate it. So I'm not sure if this is just maybe a marketing thing or he wants to just see how much, people really want him back. But I do find it really interesting that last March is when he started his account. Last year, March 6th, he started his Twitter account in the middle of this whole debacle that he had with 2.5 Men. And within 25 hours and 17 minutes, he had over 1 million followers.
Wow.
Yeah. But I did hear from a source that he actually hasn't closed his account yet, that right now it's just kind of,
It's
in limbo.
Yeah, if I had to guess, I would guess it was a marketing ploy because, I follow him and I love his tweets that he was sending out. So I hope he is not quitting his Twitter account personally.
Well, and I wouldn't understand. He doesn't even, I hate to burst your bubble, but he doesn't even tweet his own tweets.
Can I just live in the world that I think that he's really managing his own tweets?
Yeah. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
You're busting my bubble. And there's no Santa Claus either, right?
Although, according to Brie Olson, an ex-girlfriend of his who gave an interview, she said that he did use Twitter during sex.
In what way?
See what you did there.
Hey-oh.
Damn, that subject comes up again. Oh, man.
Which I kind of think is untrue. If
that he didn't really tweet her during sex?
Just
asking.
Well, that he didn't Twitter. Well, if he doesn't manage his own Twitter account, first of all, and how bored do you have to be during sex to be like, I need to send out a tweet right now?
That's true.
I'm just saying. And also, they're not together anymore, so maybe she thought that she would,
Somebody's lying.
Yeah, something's lying. Something's off.
Something's off.
I've got one more thing, and I think that this is great, and that's why I saved it for last. But Charlie Sheen has promised to donate at least $1 million to the USO. So he talked about this a little bit on Jay Leno, where they contacted him and they said that they were doing a traumatic brain center, and they wanted to know if he wanted to donate some money. And he goes, I will do you one better. He's like, I will give 1% of all of my profits from Anger Management to the USO.
That's awesome.
And then
That's really nice.
He also gets the naming rights as well. So Jay Leno did give a hilarious little joke about how, a military officer waking up from like a brain surgery would be like, oh, you're at Charlie Sheen's Brain Trauma Center. But this is another reason that we should keep watching and supporting the show, because supporting the show also supports the troops, which I think is very important.
If you don't watch Anger Management, the terrorists have won. That's basically, if you don't watch Anger Management, you're a terrorist. That's basically the bottom line. You hate America.
Right. And it seems like he's trying to really clean up his image, too.
Really, very much so. And I think that that's part of the reason that he wanted to quit Twitter, because he started it during the whole Tiger Blood winning fiasco.
Right.
And now he's doing a lot of interviews. He did Ryan Seacrest, he did Jay Leno. He's been all over, and I really think he is trying to boost his image as well. And then also the girl that plays his daughter on the show, Danielle, gave a great interview with New York Daily News, talking about how Charlie is really, just really, really great on the set. And the first day on the set, he came up to everybody. He goes, look, I'm not a celebrity. He goes, I am a fellow actor. He's like, we will all eat lunch together, and has really just kind of helped her and been really, really supportive to her.
That's cool.
And
really
I thought
cool.
that was awesome.
Really cool.
Well, I have a couple quick ones, actually, piggybacking off of your Charlie Sheen portion about Ryan Seacrest. He was on Ryan Seacrest this week, and Charlie mentioned that Ryan asked him about how the set was on Anger Management compared to 2.5 Men, and he said on this particular set for Anger Management, he's really excited to go to work every day. He's actually said that he was really sad to leave because this environment at Anger Management supports him to be able to be welcoming, and he can support his ideas on the show, where he didn't feel like that so much on the set of 2.5 Men. He also said that everyone on the show is striving for the same goal, and that he's not just a hired gun or a puppet. He actually is able to give a lot of input on the show, and they really respect what his ideas are. So
that's great.
Very cool.
It sounds like he likes this job.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. So, and we also found out that Selma Blair is selling her house after 6 months on the market for $1.78 million. It's apparently a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, and 2,900 feet. if anyone is interested in also, contacting,
what is this?
I know. Is this property virgin or something? I don't know.
Yeah. Why are we talking about this?
Just something to let people know that she's selling her home, so she must be getting some nice checks over at Anger Management.
Well, that's cool. We're veterans for Bath, guys. Okay, that's what we do at AfterBuzz, apparently. Let's get into some predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Derrial, please start us off.
Oh, wow. I don't even know if I should after that. I predict, actually, that he and...
Who?
It's Charlie. What is it today? Is there a full moon? Okay, so I think that Charlie and Shawnee, who plays Jennifer, his ex-wife on the show, are going to have a little quick affair sometime soon. That's what I think.
Okay.
I'm still going to go. I think that we're going to be seeing a lot more of the, I was going to call him the gay guy, but Patrick.
That's
I didn't
Patrick might sound a little better.
I think that we're going to be seeing a lot more of Patrick, and I also think in the near future we're actually going to have an episode that just revolves strictly around the older gentleman.
Ed.
Thank you.
Ed.
Thank you.
The old and
the gay. Around Ed. Plus his daughter. There's going to be some more going on there. I feel like her OCD needs to be addressed a little bit more. And I love watching him as a father. I love watching him, like how he's really, really nurturing. And so I would love to see more of that.
Well, I predict that this relationship that he has with Kate is going to be sort of explosive soon. I also predict that here at AfterBuzz we're going to start just pushing real estate.
Yeah.
Who are you? Where can we find you?
Oh, I'm Dua Kaissi. You can find me at Dua Kaissi on Twitter. It's DUAKAISSI. Or you can find me on Facebook.
Hey, I'm Derrial Christon. You can follow me on Twitter under the same name, DERRIALCHRISTON, or also on Facebook. And prior to tonight's report on Selma Blair, I am not a real estate agent.
And I'm Anna Koppel. You can follow me at Koppel for Mayor, KOPPELFORMAYOR. I'm also here Tuesday nights buzzing about the Real Housewives of New York at 9 Pacific.
Oh, and also Lauren Leonelli, who couldn't be here today.
LL.
But don't forget to follow her on Twitter as well. We miss her, and we will love to have her back next week.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.